Hi class, this is Susan here. I'm here to talk you through some week 6 assignments, so we are more than halfway there, yay. And I also want to talk about your final project. So you have your third and final blog post um, to do this week. You can write it on anything that you want that has to do with social media. You can do something that's related to your original audit. You can do something related to the audit that you just did. It's up to you. It can be a listicle or not be a listicle. But I do want to remind you, part of your grade is going to be to craft two possible titles based on the strategies that you've been learning and through the Copylogger Guide, which is like my Bible. Just note the strategy at the top, and then you can have the headlines, and I'll give you feedback on those. So that's important. Those are 10 points each. Okay, and then don't forget, you must have an engaging conclusion that invites engagement. Leave me, leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. One of the best practices that you guys are learning and tweeting about is asking a question. And so this is really the same principle. Like, you're asking people who are your social media audience, to engage with you, and that can be really effective. So don't forget to do that. You have your last Twitter assignment this week. I did have originally one more, but I thought that you guys were busy enough, and so I cut that. So I'm going to end it at 4. And this week we're going to be looking at strategies to promote your blog content, some strategies for writing your blog posts, and you are very familiar with these now: call to action, emojis, punctuation. So what you want to do is you want to tweet out 2 tweets on 2 different days to try to entice somebody to read your blog post. And the tweets should each employ a different strategy. Okay, so that's clearly why you don't want to do it on the same day. Okay, and then read 2 of your classmates' blog posts and then tweet about why other people should read them. So in other words, you're going to retweet your classmates' blog post tweet, and you're going to try to get people who are following you to read it. Okay? Now, when you go to the blog, it's okay if the blog doesn't have images yet. It's okay. Just go to the first post or whatever post is there, and leave a short comment on each post. Your comment will not appear. The blogger has to approve it. So you have 2 tweets to try to get somebody to read your blog post, then read 2 of your classmates' blog posts, and then you tweet about why somebody else should read it. And then while you're there, you're going to leave 2 short comments on each blog. So if there's more than one blog on each one, that's fine. Just go to the first blog post. So you just want to comment on 2 of your classmates' blog posts, the one that they're tweeting out about. It's okay if it's not fully formatted. And when we leave comments, we don't point out mistakes or errors. Don't act like you're in class. Just sort of play it straight. And then if there's any errors, you can go to where we have on the main menu all of the links for blog posts. Let me just expand the screen. That's not letting me, but it's up here. WordPress blog URLs. Okay, so this is how next week when we do more blog commenting, you'll be able to get there. And if you notice an error, typo, or something, you want to make a suggestion, that's great. Just leave it, go into where their blog URL is posted, and just reply, and you can leave a comment. Okay? So that is up for that. So it's 4 tweets and 2 comments for the final Twitter assignment. Now, asking you for your final project proposal, and I have outlined a lot of examples. I've given you a lot of choices. I'm also giving you one more because Hootsuite has added in I'm trying to get this thing up. There we go. Because Hootsuite has added in now the social media certification course, and normally you would have to pay $200 for that. The platform, using the platform certification, is $99. So I want to give you the opportunity to do either one of them if you want. So you would do 2 certifications. So you would do the second certification as your final project. So that's an option. Okay. And then your other options are to do a white paper. White papers, if you don't have a white paper in your portfolio, I would really suggest thinking about doing one. I have some student samples here. Wait, where are they? Oh, here. There's one that was a UNICEF one. This one I could not find the rest of the conclusion in the bibliography. This is a white paper about trolls. So you can look at these and see what you think. But white papers really are like, they're almost like blog posts, but longer. Okay. In other words, you want to give a benefit. It's your opinion. It's authoritative. It's persuasive. It's not as chatty and friendly as a blog post, but it really is kind of similar. And you see a lot of white papers now that use listicles, and you could certainly do something like that. The idea here is that you're going to research some best practice or a trend and write a white paper about it, like 4 to 6 pages. You're going to have visuals. You're going to link to your sources. You're going to have a very fun cover page. This is not like a dry APA style anything. Okay, this is like a real world report. So look at the samples, see what you think. You can also do a social media strategy proposal if you want to do that. You can do one for Drexel University, and I actually would be happy to even pass it along to the powers that be. You could do that. You can use the data from the audits that were just done. You could certainly outline it. The reason why I don't have everybody necessarily do that is because a lot of you already have quite a few proposals in your portfolios. A social media proposal is not all that much different from a PR proposal. And in fact, I've seen PR proposals that have a lot about social media strategy in them. So I'm just leaving this up to you. It's your choice. Okay. But if you're going to do a social media strategy for somebody, you need to obviously do, some auditing first. And put it together. And then I have a sample. I have to put up a sample of that one. But there are templates for the social media campaign proposal. But again, you guys are probably pretty familiar with doing proposals marketing or PR or comms. So the other option is, now some of you would never want to audit again in your entire lives. I totally understand. But some people do. And actually 2 people already have told me that they want to do this. You would do a brand comparison, and then you do a report similar to kind of a white paper, but it's really focused on these 2 brands. But then you want to make it sort of like, what can we all learn from what these two competitors are doing about social media? And I do have a sample of a student who did one for MAC versus Tarte Cosmetics. So you can look at that too. So you have choices. If there's something else I have not thought of, please tell me and let me know. One more thing for this week, and that is you're going to be doing a SWOT. So if you do not have a really good SWOT in your portfolio, I really advise you to take advantage of this opportunity and do a really good SWOT. Okay, everybody pretty much knows how to do, you just look at, well, what would be the opportunities? So you're going to be doing a SWOT for Drexel's social media. So you want to look at the opportunities that we have in terms of content and getting user-generated content. And right now, a weakness is that we don't have anybody in the department, and you can use this on your SWOT. We don't have anybody who's handling it, but we are hiring somebody, so that will be changing soon. So you want to think about all of these, different kinds of things. And then you really want to take the opportunity to really create a visual SWOT, and I really recommend Creately just to look at the templates to get some ideas. You can do them as PowerPoints or a doc. So there's some that are pretty, it's being a little slow, but there's a couple here that are really creative and they're almost like infographics. Here we go. So I like the way that one looks. I really like this one too. I like them all. I love this one because it's so visual and it's so fun. So you could totally do something like this. You could do it on Canva. You could do it through PowerPoint. So the more fun I think would be. Again, this one, I really like this one. It looks like again, like an infographic. This one is really clever. So you can certainly get inspiration, but I want it to be very visual, and I want it to be something that, you can really showcase and that will really look good in your portfolio. Okay, so that's it for me. And please reach out if you have any questions. If you want to run a blog idea by me, I'm here. And that's it. So let's have a great week. I know things are starting to get more stressful. That's why I ditched the next Twitter assignment. So this is your last Twitter assignment. Starting next week, we'll just do blog comments for each other. So you want to make sure your first 2 blogs are up and completely formatted by next week. And then also I want to be able to give you some feedback. I've already done that for a few people who have posted their first blog post, sent me the link, I've gone on and I've given them the feedback. So, and this is especially important if you're new to using this platform. Okay, that's it for Susan, and I will talk to you soon.